Hello and welcome back to WION World is One. I'm Kanishka Sarkar and this is Speed News. Let's get started with all the stories that are making headlines at this hour. The US military has launched a new wave of strikes on Iranian military targets, marking the 12th consecutive night of attacks. US Central Command said the operations are aimed at reducing Iran's ability to threaten civilian vessels and maritime traffic. The strikes come amid heightened tensions in the region, with Washington and Tehran facing continued confrontation. US President Donald Trump says Iran is not ready to reach a deal but will agree to one soon as pressure mounts on Tehran. Speaking at a rally, Trump accused Iran of repeatedly changing the terms of negotiations, saying the country would eventually be ready to reach an agreement. The U.S. House of Representatives has approved a $95 billion budget framework, including $73 billion for the Pentagon and intelligence agencies to support operations linked to the Iran war. The package also includes funding for farmers and election-related programs. Kuwait's military says its air defense systems are responding to hostile drone threats following several days of Iranian strikes in the region. The army said overnight explosions were caused by air defense systems intercepting incoming targets. Kuwait says operations are part of the ongoing efforts to protect its airspace as regional tensions continue to escalate. Yemen's Houthi group says it carried out an attack on two Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea using missiles and drones. Houthi military spokesperson claimed that the vessels had violated restrictions imposed by the group and warned of further naval operations against Saudi targets. The spokesperson said Houthis would continue their naval campaign under what he called a blockade for blockade policy, as regional tensions continue to raise concerns over security along a key global shipping route. Russian drone strikes targeted fuel infrastructure in Ukraine's Kharkiv region as Kiev announced changes to its military leadership and confirmed a new round of talks with US envoys. Russian drone strikes hit two petrol stations in Ukraine's northeastern city of Kharkiv, setting fuel tanks ablaze and damaging infrastructure in the latest wave of attacks on the border city. Footage from the scene showed burnt fuel pumps, scorched equipment, and emergency crews working to clear the damage. Ukrainian authorities say no casualties were reported. A petrol station employee said that workers heard a drone buzzing overhead moments before the strike. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he held talks with US envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner in an effort to revive peace efforts with Russia. Zelensky said the discussions focused on strengthening diplomacy and working towards a dignified peace settlement. A Mexican journalist was found dead in the southern state of Oaxaca, marking at least the fourth killing of a journalist in the country since June. Authorities have launched an investigation and requested support from a special unit that handles crimes against freedom of expression. Francisco Leyva was known for reporting on government corruption and violence linked to criminal groups. Press freedom organizations say that Mexico remains one of the world's most dangerous countries for journalists outside active war zones, with many attacks going unpunished. Former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez says he is seeking to have legal charges against him dismissed after being freed from a U.S. prison sentence over a cocaine trafficking conviction. Hernandez, who was pardoned by U.S. President Donald Trump, denied the allegations and said that the case against him was politically motivated. He was extradited to the United States in 2022 after prosecutors accused him of helping facilitate large-scale cocaine shipments into the country. He says he expects legal proceedings in Honduras to begin soon and has not ruled out a future return to politics. Norway has marked the 15th anniversary of the country's worst peacetime massacre with a wreath-laying ceremony at a new memorial in Oslo. Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre honored the 77 people killed in the 2011 attacks carried out by far-right extremist Anders Breivik on July 22, 2011. Right-wing extremist Anders Breivik set off a bomb in the capital of Oslo, killing 8 people. He then headed to a tiny Utoyo island where he stalked the mostly teen members of the Labour Party's youth wing, killing another 69. Ten people, including 5 children, have been killed in a fire that destroyed 2 homes in a low-income neighborhood in Peru's capital, Lima. Authorities say an investigation is underway to determine the cause, including a possible deliberate attack linked to extortion threats against local businesses. Peru's president-elect, Keiko Fujimori, visited the scene, calling the deaths a terrible massacre and pledging to prioritize security measures. The death toll from 2 powerful earthquakes that struck Venezuela last month has risen to 5,398, according to the latest figures released by officials. The June 24 quakes, measuring 7.2 and 7.5 in magnitude, destroyed hundreds of buildings, with coastal La Guaira among the worst hit areas. Thousands were injured while search operations continue for those still missing. Authorities have now shifted focus toward humanitarian aid and rebuilding efforts. Venezuela's interim president has pledged thousands of new homes for displaced residents as reconstruction begins following the disaster. More than 20 people have been killed in gun attacks on villages in Nigeria's northwestern Zamfara state. The violence is blamed on armed gangs who have terrorized the region through raids, kidnappings, and attacks on communities for years. Violence by criminal gangs in northwestern and central Nigeria remains one of the strong security challenges facing the country's authorities, who are also battling a long-running jihadist insurgency in the northeast and separatist unrest elsewhere. More than 1,000 people have died in Ebola outbreak in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, and according to Africa's top health body. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that the outbreak has killed 1,031 people since it was declared in May. Health officials say the crisis has spread rapidly due to conflict and community resistance, as well as limited treatment options, with the outbreak involving a strain of the virus that has no approved vaccines or therapies. Freight train carrying canola grains completes first direct commercial journey from India's Kolkata port to Nepal's Biratnagar, marking operationalization of upgraded rail transit rules and boosting trade ties between the two countries. The 40-wagon freight train travelled from Kolkata port through the Indian Customs Yard at Jogbani before entering Biratnagar in Nepal. The first commercial freight movement marks the successful implementation of the new transit framework and unlocks the full potential of the cross-border rail link. That's apart from reducing logistics costs and time. It will also strengthen Nepal's access to Indian ports. It is also expected to give a significant boost to bilateral trade while reinforcing India's role as Nepal's key transit partner. A giant hot dog sculpture has returned to New York's Times Square as part of a new public art installation, marking America's upcoming 250th anniversary, created by Brooklyn-based artists Jen Cotton and Paul Outlaw. The 65-foot-long artwork reimagines their earlier sculpture with new features and a political edge. Organizers say the installation reflects the energy and diversity of Times Square and was unveiled alongside a satirical patriotic showcase exploring modern American identity. Around 600 trucks remain stranded in Argentina's Mendoza province after heavy snowfall closed the Cristo Redentor International Crossing with Chile for nearly a week. Drone footage showed hundreds of vehicles waiting at a border control area as authorities work to manage the disruption. Truck drivers carrying goods from across the region have received food and water supplies, while snow accumulation of up to 3 meters continues to block roads with more severe weather forecasts. On to updates on the climate front. Wildfires have swept across Italy's Sicily Island, forcing evacuations as firefighters work to contain the flames. Authorities issued the highest wildfire risk alert as strong winds and temperatures nearing 40 degrees Celsius fueled blazes. Fire crews, including aircraft support from Sardinia, have been deployed as residents and farmers report damage from the widespread fires. Scientists say rising temperatures and prolonged dry conditions linked to climate change are increasing wildfire risks across Europe. A fast-moving wildfire has swept through around 1,400 hectares of forest in southwestern France, with flames continuing to spread north of the Arcachon Basin in the Gironde region. Thousands of residents and tourists have been evacuated as firefighters battle to contain the blaze in the Gascon forest, an area that's already devastated by major fires in 2022. Spanish authorities have ordered evacuations in several areas near Toledo after fast-spreading wildfire threatened homes and forced residents to leave. Emergency teams went door-to-door in Villa del Prado, urging people to evacuate as flames approached residential areas. Officials said 3 villages were ordered to evacuate, while residents in another area were advised to remain indoors with doors and windows closed. The blaze comes as hundreds of firefighters continue battling a major wildfire that has already burned a large area north of Madrid. Heavy rains have caused flooding across Rio Grande do Sul state in southern Brazil, forcing rivers to overflow and damaging infrastructure. Aerial footage showed flooded areas, damaged bridges, and communities temporarily cut off by rising waters. Emergency teams are monitoring the situation as residents deal with the impact of severe weather. At least 31 people have been killed and over 100 are reportedly missing in the last 24 hours in Assam as torrential rains continue to wreak havoc in northeast India. The weather department has warned of more rains in the coming days by issuing a yellow alert for the state. The northeastern state of Assam has been under a deluge triggered by a torrential downpour that has affected 5.64 lakh people across 16 districts. According to Assam State Disaster Management Authority, over 50 people have been killed in this year's floods. Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees or $4,142 to the relatives of the deceased. Moving on to tech developments, WhatsApp has rolled out a new series of features, including an upgraded experience for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as it expands its cross-device capabilities. Users can now hear and reply to messages, view call history, and access favorite contacts directly through Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. WhatsApp has also introduced direct account sign-up on iPad, along with the ability to share music from Spotify and Apple Music to WhatsApp status. The app can now open PDF files directly without downloading them, allowing users to highlight and annotate documents within the chat on web and desktop. Meta is piloting a new AI-powered app called StoryKit. It's designed to create personalized children's stories with custom characters, settings, lessons, and music. The app allows parents to generate stories using simple prompts, including photos of a child's favorite toy or person, to create story characters. Meta said StoryKit is currently being tested in select countries and includes AI safety filters, no social features, and is available only to users aged 18 and above. Apple is reportedly partnering with buy now, pay later firm Klarna to launch a new lease-to-own program for iPhones, iPads, Macs, and Apple Watches, according to Bloomberg. This program, called Apple Upgrade, could launch on July 28th, allowing customers to pay for devices over multi-year terms. Users will be able to keep, return, or upgrade their devices at the end of the lease period, with some transactions expected to include additional fees. Moving on to top business updates at this hour, Samsung's decision to award $400,000 bonuses to some semiconductor employees is triggering labor disputes across South Korea. The payments reflect record chip profits fueled by the global AI boom, but have raised concerns over widening pay gaps. Workers at other companies are demanding similar rewards, turning the issue into a broader debate over how technology gains should be shared. Google parent Alphabet is boosting its 2026 capital spending forecast to as much as $205 billion as the company accelerates investment in artificial intelligence. The spending will focus largely on data centers, chips, and computing power to meet rising AI demand. Alphabet says its AI efforts are driving growth, with cloud revenue surging, but the higher costs highlight the intensifying race among big tech firms. Tesla reported second quarter profit of $1.1 billion, below analyst expectations, despite revenue climbing 26% to $28.2 billion. The electronic vehicle maker said profits were pressured by lower vehicle prices, reduced regulatory credit revenue, and higher costs. Tesla's capital spending more than doubled to $5.8 billion as CEO Elon Musk defended aggressive investments in AI, robotaxis, and factory expansion. On to stories from the world of sports. Team India are set to take on Zimbabwe in a 3-match T20I series in Harare starting today. The Shreyas Iyer-led side will look to register their first win since being crowned the T20 World Cup champion in February. India have failed to win a single game in their last 7 outings, losing series to Ireland and England. All eyes will be on India's youngest ever debutant across formats, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, who returns to the venue. He was crowned under-19 world champion. Manchester City midfielder Phil Foden has signed a new 4-year deal with the club. The new contract runs till 2030. Foden's previous contract was set to expire in June 2027. But he has chosen to extend his stay as he begins a new chapter under head coach Enzo Maresca. Foden was not part of England's World Cup squad. He has won 6 Premier League titles and a Champions League after making his debut at just 17 years of age. The new Premier League season begins on August 21st. Rebel Wilson has won the defamation case filed against her by former The Deb co-star Charlotte McInnes. An Australian court ruled that Wilson's social media posts were not defamatory and that McInnes had failed to prove any serious harm to her reputation. After months of delays and controversy, Jananayagan has finally arrived in theatres, billed as Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister Vijay's final film before his full-time political journey. The film opened worldwide today. The hype is already translated into strong numbers, with global pre-sales crossing $4.6 million, making it one of the year's biggest advance booking successes. Shifting the spotlight to New York, Curtis Jackson, also known as 50 Cent, joined the cast of Fightland for its premiere. Set against London's underground boxing scene, the crime drama explores family, ambition, and the price of power. The series is set to premiere on July 31st. South Korean singer Lim Kim is back with a new album titled Exit to Nowhere. The 7-track record reflects her personal journey over the past decade, touching on identity, growth, and self-discovery. Marking her first full-length release in years, the album offers a more intimate look at her life and the experiences that have shaped her as an artist. King Charles and Queen Camilla stepped out to meet the public during their visit to the Royal Horticulture Society's Sandringham Flower Show in Norfolk. The royal couple toured the annual event, which features gardens, floral displays, and horticulture exhibits, while greeting visitors and well-wishers along the way. Well, that's all the time that we have in this edition of Speed News. I'm Kanishka Sarkar. Thank you for watching. It's time now for a very short break. More news and updates will follow on the other side.